Yeah. Bon appetit, boys. Bon appetit. What's going on, brothers? It's Mgtow with L.O.M. Got another video for you. As written title, Normal Equals Boring. Here goes. Shout out to Brother Accountable Commentary for weighing in on the subject and pretty much giving brothers the game. And I'm all for this. So, over here in the manosphere, especially over this YSBM and for you brothers who've taken the red pill going your own way, we know that when it comes to these thoughts, these trash bags, and certain trolls who are playing around on social media, we know that normal equals boring. That's right, normal equals boring. And you want to know something else about that? It also means that if you're safe, you're boring. If you have no criminal record, you're not living your life in a constant state of tribulations. You're not dodging bullets. You're not fighting. Live like a fucking dog. You're boring. And that's what these tropes have been trying to tell nice guys, and they've been relaying to men worth their salt for decades now. If you're a normal, average Joe, if you have a job, you have savings, if you're living life, you're fucking boring. And on a deeper level, if you have eyes to see, ears to hear, do you realize what these tropes are trying to tell you? They're telling you that they revel in chaos. That's what they're telling you. You see, they're in their element. Chaos is their element. Masculinity equals order, femininity equals chaos. That's why they gravitate to bad boys. They love the emotional roller coaster. It's fun, it's exciting. That's why they fuck bad boys, fuck habitual felons, fuck the absolute worst of humanity, and then ask you to bail them out when shit goes sideways. But the problem is, too many men have walked away from the plantation, and even the young men aren't playing the game anymore. Hell, they're still complaining that nobody wants to date, or none of these men want to date. These men are using burner phones. They're asking the questions that men before them don't ask these females. One question in particular they hate the most is, what do you bring to the table? And the bird brains, the usual suspects will say, I am the table. And then you can respond with, if you are the table, then it means you're worth nothing unless you're on all fours. You see, they undermine their self-interests. They chase their tail. They self-destruct. But they demand that you bail them out. They demand that you be a meat shield for them. And that's disgusting. That's perverted. And for the brothers sitting on the fence, yes, even the chameleons expect you to be a meat shield for them. They expect you to be their crash dummies. I know that may hurt your feelings, but it is what it is. When you look past the smiles, when you look past the soft words, what they're looking for is a sucker. They're looking for a sucker. But in the back of their mind, you're still boring. Normal equals boring. Safe equals boring. Stable equals boring. Or that, hence the quote from X-Men United. Chicks flirt with the dangerous guy slogan, but they marry the good guy, take him home. It's chaos. But you're supposed to be attracted to that. No. Chaos gets you killed. Chaos is what you get in these single mother households. A lot of which is self-inflicted because these tribes chose to be thoughts. Oh, and before anyone says anything about toxic masculinity and these men leaving, let me explain something to you. Most of the youth suicides are from single mother households. Most of youth suicides. And the face of child abuse here in Western civilization are single mothers. They're the face of child abuse. Because they're in the element. Chaos is part of the element. That may hurt your feelings. That may seem harsh, but it is what it is. Masculinity equals order, femininity equals chaos. And they prove our point 24/7, 7 days a week. Even in pop culture. But they're getting pushback. And I'm all for that. There's no way you can shame and bully the natural role out of men and boys. That's impossible. Men are men, women are women. But I know, right? Safe equals boring. Normal equals boring. Stability equals boring. But you're supposed to run back to the plantation and fix the problems that these tribes have caused. Let's make no mistake, a lot of their problems are self-inflicted. A lot of their problems are the result of their ruinous choices. And the retired writer from the Cosmopolitan magazine that pretty much spilled the beans on selling these trollops a lifestyle. That's 30 years of lies. And certain women ate up like hotcakes. It ruined their life. The same goes for the executive producer or the creator of Sex and the City. She sold women a lifestyle. And as a result, you have a surplus of spinsters and free-range Karens causing problems here in Western civilization. Whether they're destroying property, whether they're harassing people or trying to lecture people how to do their job, or just being an absolute menace. All that was self-inflicted. Those are the results of their own ruinous choices. And to add insult to injury, they revel in that chaos. They revel in it. It's fun. It's exciting. Until the bullets start flying, until the grocery store shelves are empty, until the power's out. And then, here they come, trying to run back under you. Those days are finished. They're finished. If safe equals boring, if stable equals boring, I'll take that over chaos any day. And you brothers should do the same. Normal equals boring, but normal works. Stable works. safe works. If they don't like it, the hell with them. A lot of them are floating up shit creek without a paddle anyway. That's why they're trading six for canned goods over in San Diego. And certain major American cities are doing that right now. That's going to wax worse and worse. And you know what's going to happen, brothers? Let me explain something to you. They're going to try to take that show on the road. Yep, they're going to take that show on the road. They're going to try to take that show to the not so major American cities. And we'll even try to go so far as to take that show to the small towns near you. And when that happens, those spirits of vengeance mentioned in Sirach chapter 39, you're going to see that. And you know the funny thing about those vengeful spirits, those spirits of vengeance? Our media jokes about those spirits of vengeance in their horror movies. They've been doing that for years now. Hence your movies like your Paranormal Activity, your Insidious. A more popular example of those spirits of vengeance is Friday the 13th. That's one of your best examples. You see, it always remained a mystery as to how Jason kept coming back from the dead. It always remained a mystery. Well, Jason's a revenant. And the way you keep them dormant is to stay off of Camp Crystal Lake. Kind of like with vengeful spirits, you know. The ones who want to be left alone. If you leave them alone, they won't come after you. Something to think about. This is a lot of Mgtow. So I got, brothers. Like the video, like the commentary, for you to subscribe. If you're doing this my channel, you find the tip jar on the upper right hand side of the screen. That's the G+ icon. Alright fam, alright brother, you know it's real. You know what you can go with labeling SYSBM. As for these ditch pigs, these trollops, and those who revel in chaos but want you to come back and help them, give them nothing. This is Mgtow PSA. Murder State. See you soon.